Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
So I had this dream to have a restaurant for a few years.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about this?
No.
Okay. My childhood nickname was Pete.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
Jen's childhood nickname was Joe.
Okay.
So we call it Pete and Joe's.
What do you serve at Pete and Joe's?
Well, one of the things we serve is 3/4 cooked muffins.
Okay.
Because I like muffins where like you undercook them a little bit and they're kind of gooey, battery inside.
Gooey muffin?
Yeah, like a gooey muffin. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of our... That was going to be...
Goo Muffin.
Goo Muffin. That was going to be one of our like breakfast item or an appetizer. I mean, I would serve it all day.
Can I pitch a dish for you?
Sure.
Pete and Joe's, obviously you would serve a sloppy Pete.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And a straight-laced Joe.
Mm-hmm. The Joe, it's like a sloppy Pete, but no sauce.
I like that. Yeah, it's just like ground beef.
Yeah, it's just ground beef on bread.
Loose ground beef on bread.
No seasoning. Just ground beef.
Yeah. Like with the stuff. Mm-hmm. You know how when you cook that, it gets that like thing, film?
The film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of that. You don't want that on there.
I think a sloppy Pete would be a huge seller.
I like a sloppy Pete.
Just imagine a Goo Muffin.
Yeah, 3/4 cooked.
Yeah, Goo Muffin, and then a sloppy Pete for your main course.
Which one's the side item? I'm not sure.
Well, there are no side items.
Oh, right. All we do is it's a la carte.
Yeah,
the whole restaurant. Yeah, I like this.
The theme or the motto of the restaurant is "We ain't got no sides."
I like that.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like in like subscript under Pete and Joe's. We ain't got no sides.
Pete and Joe's. We ain't got no sides.
Keep it simple. Mm-hmm. We should have like 4 subscripts. You know, just like lots of mottos.
And the best part is that every server has to say all 4 of them when they greet a table.
Our specials today are the half fried fish, and we ain't got no sides. Keep it simple. Keep it on the one.
It's a good idea.
Here's my problem with the straight-laced Joe. Mm-hmm. What if someone asked for a sloppy Joe? Do I just put sauce on that? Or do I be like, no, it's a Pete here?
If they ask for a sloppy Joe, the server gets a very stern look on their face and then just points to the door.
Get out. Wow.
What does this look like?
This is going to be a conflict-ridden restaurant.
Yeah.
Open for precisely 1 week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Hey.
If those are the kind of ideas you like exploring, you've come to the right place.
If they're the kind of ideas you hate exploring, my condolences to you.
I'm pointing at the door.
Yes.
The podcast door.
Very sternly. It's a little bit threatening. I'd feel uncomfortable if I were you.
I get taller when I do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Episode 102.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Well, I'll be able to keep track for like 3 episodes after 100.
Because we just hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're not going to know anymore. You're going to have no idea.
I'm able to remember this one because I was thinking that this episode is the name, well, part of the name, of my second favorite Dalmatian movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
102 Dalmatians.
2 Dalmatians.
Yeah. It's almost as good as 101 Dalmatians, but not.
It's not quite as good by 1. Mm-hmm. If they had left the other Dalmatian, that rogue Dalmatian,
it's that one Dalmatian that just screws the whole thing up.
Well, you know, there's a tipping point. Mm-hmm. It turns out it's 102.
You just watched that movie going, okay, let's be realistic here. No one would have 102 Dalmatians. 101, I'll buy it. Yeah. But 102, I don't think so.
You know, I have I have a little bit of insight into that whole story for you.
Okay.
So Roger, the human, the husband
Yeah.
of the family of the Dalmatians.
For a second, I was really confused by, Roger the human.
Oh, yeah. There's just one, really.
In the movie.
In the movie, yeah. I don't remember his wife's name, but it's inconsequential to this particular story.
Because women don't matter.
Well, not in the Dalmatian world.
No.
It's like post-Victorian era England or something. Yeah. Roger, at the end of a 101 Dalmatians book that I have from childhood, there's a song.
Cartoon Roger.
Yeah,
in this
Cartoon
case,
Roger.
yes.
Yeah. With sheet music and all that. And in the song, he refers to them having a Dalmatian plantation. So I think the secret to 101 Dalmatians is they were meant to be, slave labor
Is
on Roger's plantation.
Is 101 Dalmatians like an allegory for slavery?
I think so.
I
think
I'd
so.
never looked that deeply into it.
Well, it's there if you look close enough.
In case anyone was curious, the budget for 102 Dalmatians was $85 million.
What? Are you kidding?
It made a profit,
Okay.
but $85 million.
What a colossal waste of money.
And that's a $30 million Dalmatian budget right there.
Yeah, just for Dalmatians.
That would be a weird job to have. The person who has to locate all of the Dalmatians for one of those movies.
That would be tough. It'd be a tough gig. It'd be
I
a
don't
very
know.
tough gig.
I don't know how many professional Dalmatians there are in the acting world.
Nathan, can I point something out here?
Yeah.
That you think they probably just put makeup on a regular old dog? Think you think they did that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Are you questioning the legitimacy of the 101 Dalmatian franchise?
Indeed I am. Indeed I
Glenn
am.
Close would not co-sign on a movie with fake Dalmatians.
Oh boy. It's great to laugh when the world is just proper fucked.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's been a rough week.
So can I tell you what happened this week here?
You might want to hear this first.
Oh, no.
I hope this is the song I'm thinking of.
If not...
Oh, there's no fucking words. Hey, maybe. Yep, that's a colossal letdown. Go ahead.
So, this week, I listened to the audiobook version of, because I work and don't have time to read the book version of, Kurt Vonnegut's book, Timequake.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So the plot of Timequake, well, it's mostly autobiographical. The fiction part of it is there is a timequake that causes people to go back in time 10 years.
Okay.
And they just have to relive their life without changing anything about it.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's not great.
So they're aware that happened?
Yes.
Okay, that
and they
sounds
can't
awful.
do anything. They have
Right.
no free will. Anyway, so I finished reading that book the same week that we have a hurricane hitting Puerto Rico and that area, and an earthquake hitting Mexico.
Right.
And the GOP is trying to pass a healthcare bill that today John McCain torpedoes.
Yeah.
I'm reliving some other period in time. All of this has happened. This is a rerun week.
That's true.
I'm in a time quake, a very short time quake.
It has been a complete repeat of, of recent weeks. Yeah.
Every one of these things has happened. It's just getting worse every time.
It's like a degrading Groundhog Day. That's what's happening. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah. And even with the hurricane, they're like, and there's this other hurricane coming. That happened before, too.
That did happen before. Oh, my God.
So
You're lost, man.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm in the time quake. I just have to watch it all happen.
We're going to just have to re-record episodes that you already know about.
I thought we should just have done a transcript of another episode and just recorded the whole thing again.
Oh, I like that idea. We should do that. We should write an episode, like verbatim,
Yeah.
word for word, and just read it straight, flat. That should be one of our episodes. That would be fun.
Yeah, people would love that.
I mean, they don't love this either.
That's true.
Yeah. What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose? I've only got 2 headlines for you. North Korea. It's been a laugh factory this week. Who says Asian people aren't funny? North Korean leader responds to Trump.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone say Asian people aren't funny?
Yeah, that's a stereotype.
Is that a stereotype?
Yeah.
How have I missed that racial
You
stereotype?
have not been coming to the meetings.
I mean, I knew that Asian people were supposedly good at math
Yeah.
and poor drivers.
Yeah. The third one,
I didn't know they weren't funny.
all stereotypes come in threes. Think about it.
Okay.
White people can't dance.
We're bad athletes.
We're bad athletes.
And tiny penises.
That's it.
Tiny shriveled
There you
penises.
go.
Itty bitty.
Sometimes they go all the way in,
Yeah.
I'm told. North Korean leader responds to Trump. I will surely and definitely tame the mentally deranged U.S. dotard with fire. I thought it was dotard, but that sounds reminiscent of a word that I don't use, frankly.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, dotard.
Dotard, yeah, with
What?
fire.
What is the definition of dotard?
It's funny you should ask.
Yeah.
Merriam-Webster, I think it was Merriam-Webster this week, was like a short history of the word dotard. That was nice. We're gonna get a little etymology going on this word. So basically, our fate is being decided via Twitter these days.
Yeah, well, that's the world we live in now.
That is the word.
The same medium that allows every comedian to post a dick joke the second they think of it, like just immediately with no filter, is also how our president wants to communicate all of his thoughts. And Kim Jong-un is going to reply, and it's all bad. That's bad.
Dotard. Yeah. Thank you, Merriam-Webster.
Dotard.
Noun. First use 14th century.
Okay.
Meaning a person in his or her dotage. Let's look up what dotage means. It's one of those dotage, the period of old age, the time when a person is old and often less able to remember or do things.
Oh, that's a sick burn.
Yeah.
That was a sick Kim Jong burn right there.
A state or period of senile decay marked by a decline of mental poise.
Now, here's the question I have for you. Definitely Donald Trump heard this comment.
Yeah.
And is aware that it happened.
Yeah. Number
1, did he know that dotard was a word? We all know the answer to that one. We'll just move on to question number 2.
Right.
Did he bother to look up what it means?
No. He assumed it meant the same thing as kofife.
He heard it and just, I'm assuming, instinctively went, no, he can't say that. He doesn't know what it means.
He can't call me a retard. I don't like
am
that
no
word.
dotard.
That's right. I don't like that word. P.S. No, I think Trump probably read that and was like a little impressed. He's like, oh, he makes up words too. Maybe we can get through this.
Ooh, that's a hard word. I don't know that one.
2 whole syllables. Yeah.
Pence.
Pensy. He can't call on Steve Bannon anymore,
Yeah.
at least not directly.
Pence. I'll ask Mother.
Mother, shockingly, as it turns out, is like a head in a jar with tentacles. That's what they're keeping over at the.
I feel like anyone that is referred to as mother all the time probably knows all of the words that originated in the 1400s.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yes, dear.
Oh, the dotard.
Put the tea in my left tentacle. This has gone awry. The second, unless you have something to add.
No.
The second headline I have is Manafort offered to give Russian billionaire private briefings on 2016 campaign.
For those who can't see what I'm doing, I am smugly taking a drink right now.
I'm going to join you in that. This one's for you, Bob. To you, Mueller.
Now, here's the question I have. Did anyone hear this and feel surprised? Anyone at all? Like, I know Trump supporters heard it and immediately blocked it out and denied it. So they're off the table. They weren't surprised. They're just in denial.
Yeah, the only person I could see being surprised would be, kind of a right-leaning moderate who stumbled on the Washington Post somehow, which they didn't intend to do.
Well, but it's all over everything.
They meant to type in Examiner.
It is even on Fox News's website. Now, they're presenting the information differently.
Of course they are.
But the information is still there. With a slight slant.
Oh, this is written by our buddy Tom Hamburger.
Hamburger!
Woo-woo! Less than 2 weeks before Donald Trump accepted the Republican presidential nomination, his campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, at the time, offered to provide briefings on the race to a Russian billionaire closely aligned with the Kremlin, according to people familiar with the discussions. Paul Manafort made the offer in an email to an overseas intermediary. Why did these guys think it's safe to email?
Well, no one keeps a record of email, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
What was the issue we had with Hillary Clinton again? I can't remember what it was.
Asking that a message be sent to the evilly named. No, that's my edition of the Washington Post. I won't pin this on you, Tom. Asking that a message be sent to the evilly named Oleg Deripaska.
Definitely a Russian villain.
Now, here's a phrase that only happens in Russia. An aluminum magnate. Who is an aluminum magnate?
What was his name again?
Oleg Deripaska.
That is either the name of an NHL hockey player or one of the characters that was trying to get Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's definitely one of the two.
Or the real name of Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV, or whatever Rocky that was. An aluminum magnate, again, shocking, with whom Manafort had done business in the past. These people said, turns out Paul Manafort has a high need for aluminum. Mm-hmm. He makes a lot of casseroles.
Yeah.
This is a quote. If he needs private briefings, we can accommodate, Manafort wrote in the July 7th, 2016 email, portions of which were read to the Washington Post, along with other Manafort correspondents of that time. The emails are among tens of thousands of documents that have been turned over to congressional investigators and special counsel Robert Mueller's team as they probe whether Trump associates coordinated with Russia as part of Moscow's efforts to interfere in the 2016 U.S. election.
And they didn't, right? That's where we're at.
Depends on who you ask.
If you ask literally anyone besides Donald Trump, yeah, they tried.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Yeah, the rest is bullshit. Okay, good. Yeah, there you go.
There's one thing I heard that was not mentioned there.
Okay.
There was a reference to Paul Manafort making money off things, but he didn't want to, they didn't want to in the email say money.
Okay.
They said black caviar.
Black caviar.
As a substitute for money. Now, this is via Stephen Colbert here.
Okay, all right.
Black caviar.
Black caviar. I like it.
It's a good substitute, I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah. It's somewhat obvious.
Yeah.
It's like they said diamonds or bling.
Yeah.
Do you feel when you hear
Bling.
Yeah,
I like bling.
when you hear a term like that? To me, it reinforces what I know about the Russian people. Not the Russian people. Pardon me. The Russian,
All of the Russians.
the Russian
every
spy
Russian.
people.
All of them.
That they are in a perpetual state of the 1960s. That they literally they turn on from Russia with Love, featuring Sean Connery, every day. And they just watched the scene where the Spectre agents are training, where they're like punching random wooden shit.
That's their heyday.
It was their heyday. It was a big time.
I mean,
for
it's
them. It was a big time for them.
it's like Cowboys fans reliving the 90s over and over. Russia, they have the 60s. That's when they were big.
They were big then.
And then it was just a downhill slide.
Not the bad guys anymore.
No.
At some point, like technology gurus replaced the Russians as the like de facto bad guys. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one cared about the Russian. So with the Cowboys,
Right.
there was a point where like Troy Aikman retired because of concussions, and Emmitt Smith left during free agency. Deion Sanders went away. Like they just started to lose pieces of this big championship team. Russia, that's what the 70s was for Russia. Like they're starting to fall apart, and then the 80s, they're like, we can't keep it together. We got to get a number 1 draft pick. Oh, Soviet Union gone. That's what happened.
And the 90s was a terrible time for Russia. Yeah.
And now Putin is just sitting there going, I heard all these stories about the glory days of Russia. I just want to do that again.
He's nostalgic.
Yeah.
And who can blame him?
He's just looking back at the 60s, wanting to be the 60s again.
Yeah. Because the 70s on were just long collars and disappointment.
Well, Putin, there's no time quake coming. You're not going back to the 60s.
No. This all ties in with things that we know about Russia, like
Vodka.
well, and the degree of paranoia about like modern electronics. Like I've heard that they like still use a lot of like tube technology because it can't be knocked out by an electromagnetic pulse.
Well, I mean, there's no telling when we'll choose to do that, right?
Oh, probably any time now. Yeah.
If Hillary Clinton had been elected president, all of their electronics gone
EMP
immediately. Hillary Clinton was on, I think it was on Colbert this week, and was talking about when she was Secretary of State, going and meeting Vladimir Putin. And he was very closed off and cold to her, obviously. But I believe it was hunting. He was talking about going hunting or something.
Okay.
And she said that, oh, well, I would join you for that. And he had wanted Bill Clinton, not her, to go.
Oh.
The obvious reason being, Bill's a dude. And, like, there were a lot of stories about, like, he would just spread out and try to make himself bigger in all their meetings.
No. What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Pooty.
it made me kind of want to read Hillary Clinton's book because I feel like she talks about that in there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like a lot of it's going to be me going, why didn't you go to Michigan? Just a week.
Just a little bit of time.
Just head up there, talk to a few people.
Rust Belt. Put a couple notches in your rust belt.
Not that I'm still upset about it. I've moved on.
Have you?
Michigan. Michigan. You just stop there. It's in the middle. If you're on your way to the other side, just stop there.
And make sure when you're there, you don't offend them by calling it like the Michiganges. Mm-hmm. Implying that it's a dirty, dirty river.
Don't walk around looking at Detroit going, well, this is a heap. Like, don't do that, and you're good.
What you do when you go to Detroit is you say, there's a lot of potential here.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this city's on the move up.
It is.
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Keep it positive. I should run for office.
I think you should.
I have as much qualification as Kid Rock.
Probably more. You've been to college.
That's true. And I'm at least half literate, so that's...
Half?
At least.
You've made progress.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I was just a third literate, but I've started listening to audiobooks. So.
Oh, that's getting better. Yeah. You should have a muffin. Here. You're just as literate as this 3/4 cooked muffin. One of my best ideas, really. Really.
I don't agree.
And black bean soup, that was going to be on the menu. I haven't made it in about a decade, but I make a mean black bean soup.
Wow, sounds like your skills are definitely up. Wow.
Damn good at grilled cheese. I'll say that. Yeah.
What kind of cheese?
You always want a yellow and a white together. That's key.
Why?
That's where the magic happens, buddy.
You put a sharp cheddar and a Swiss together?
Yeah.
I don't feel like that goes together.
Well, maybe not a Swiss, but you don't use a sharp cheddar anyway. You use something mild in a grilled cheese.
I like sharp cheddar.
Okay, well.
Why can't I use a sharp cheddar?
I mean, you can, but if you're going to, you don't want to pair it with a Swiss.
Well, no, I don't want to pair it with anything.
You want to pair it with something creamy. You know?
You want something creamy.
You want to blunt the sharpness a little bit.
So what, a brie?
No, not that creamy. Well, that would work, though. That'd
goat
be good.
cheese? You want goat cheese on there?
No. You're just not getting it.
I like goat cheese.
Okay. You're allowed to like goat cheese. Yeah.
What is this track racer thing?
I brought that down here. So, because I'm a good father, don't say anything. I took my kid to ride a train.
Okay.
Nebraska Roy was there. And while we were there at the train museum, train station.
He was at a train?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't ask questions.
It just sounds like a fever dream.
His travel.
And Nebraska Roy was there. We were on a train.
Actually, I see your point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Had a really weird dream last night. Just quick aside. The entire dream was that I dreamt I threw up a bunch of like evil squid worms.
What?
And then I woke up because it was so shocked. They were like semi-transparent and very wriggly. And the entire dream was just I threw them up and I heard the wet plop on the ground.
Oh, fantastic.
And then I was like, you ever have those dreams?
With wet plop?
No,
yeah.
where you wake up.
the wet plop dreams, dude. Oh, yeah, all the time.
No, one of those dreams where you wake up and you're like sucking in a breath because you're so scared.
I will tell you, it's never actually a dream, but I have had multiple situations where, like, I'm almost to that point where I'm falling asleep, and like I'm thinking through things, and then I trip over something in what I'm thinking, and I wake up.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Like, I'm falling down the stairs.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm awake.
Yeah.
Less plopping.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And of course, the fear I had to battle at 4 a.m. when I woke up from that dream was like, there's really something inside me. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I'm thinking, like, why would I dream that unless there was something, writhing somewhere in my brain or something?
I mean, dreams are all reality, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, everything that happens in a dream definitely happens.
It's a theory I've been working on, but, hearing the words come out of your mouth. So I bought a little train toy thing, and
it's a track racer.
32
pieces.
That many.
It seems to influence imagination.
Yes.
Hand-eye coordination.
Wow.
Auditory.
I don't know how.
Tactile senses.
Well.
Gregariousness.
You see why I brought the box down. Continue.
Well, I mean, I'm really focused on the fact that it just says gregarious on the front of this
makes your
box.
children jolly. That's what that does.
All right, so did you build the track?
Oh yeah, I put it together.
Now, I'm going to need ratings here.
Okay.
Before the track,
Uh-huh.
how gregarious was your child 1 to 10?
He was about 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you have built the track racer from Creative Educational, I believe is the company here.
No, I don't think that's right.
Is that not it?
No, there's one look in the top left corner.
Top left corner. Oh, from Shuyi.
Uh-huh.
Shuyi.
Shuyi, yeah.
Okay. Now that Shuyi has gotten a hold of your child's brain, how gregarious is he? 1 to 10.
It's about a 9.5.
Wow.
It's a very big improvement.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's almost 100% improvement.
By the way,
there.
since we're in the dictionary, I thought that this was appropriate.
Gregarious.
Enjoying the company of other people. In biology, tending to live in groups.
Why would this make you... Now I'm just questioning it.
Right.
Why?
Why did I buy it?
No, why would you be more gregarious
After
if
playing
you
with
played all alone with a train?
It's not an interactive toy.
No. This is not a two-person activity.
It might make you more gregarious when you realize that it doesn't really work the way it's intended. It's a loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
It's just a loop-de-loop. And the train affixes itself to the track, and it's supposed to go around the loop-de-loop. We found that was only possible if you held it at a very, askew angle and occasionally, bumped it with your finger. So, yes.
Okay, so it's not a two-person activity noted by the fact that it's measured in a 33 by 31 centimeter size.
Yes.
If you're measuring things like that, it's not huge.
Big enough for 2 people, yeah.
Does the gregariousness come in? By the way, I'm only 50% sure that gregariousness is actually a word.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Does it kick in after you're done playing and you go to complain about the fact that it doesn't work correctly
Right.
to another person?
Yeah, that's the idea. It makes you a little bit more social because you're having to engage with other people.
Let me explain to you why this train is nonsense.
Now
We're bonding.
this part they got mostly right. Track Racer, and from the same company. More new items available. Creative, educational, brains blocks. Stimulate a child's imagination and creativity. One of these things is not quite right. Brains blocks?
Yeah.
Brains blocks.
Brains blocks!
Brains blocks. This is also, I don't know if you would like to know, it's for ages 3+. 3+ for ages, actually.
Okay.
3+ for ages. Is the best welcome gifts for the children. And you can feel the furious.
That's not positive.
It also
Is that what happens after the child can't get it to work right? Is you
feel the furious. Yeah, and I did. Hey, it's not false advertising here. This place has as many mottos as Pete and Joe's. Simulating the true styles and making carefully.
It looks like a fun toy. I'll say that. They did a good job with their photography for the box.
They definitely did. There's a castle in the background.
Which is not related to the actual toy.
Nope. There's nothing castle-y about this train set. Not a thing.
You know, like the castle trains that used to exist in old-time London.
Brains blocks. They did get this bit right. Choking hazard. Small parts. Not for children under 3.
Choked on it?
Yeah.
There.
It was tested according to international standards. Whatever that means.
What part was tested? Like the choking?
I think so. I think they...
How do you test for that?
Well, they have
Just give it to a kid?
they have this program in St. Petersburg.
That sounds right.
It's been going since the 60s. So I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. Shu Yi,
Shu Yi.
makers of brains blocks.
Let's hold on here.
Yeah.
Let's see what other.
Products that Shu Yi makes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow. That is an incredibly common thing to search, apparently.
Really?
The first thing that pops up is Professor Shu Yi at the University of Leicester,
Wow.
Medicine and Genetics, in case you were curious.
Clearly he designed this.
Then we've got the English translation, leaf.
Oh, that's what Shu Yi means.
Leaf.
Okay.
It's not... It actually really leaves something to be desired translated into English.
Yeah, leaf.
Yeah. Leaf. What's the brand? Leaf.
Meet our sister company, Rock.
Someone graduated in China and obtained a PhD
In Shu
London.
Yi?
Well, that's their name.
Oh, that's their name. Okay.
Yeah. There's a whole list of the profiles on Facebook.
Oh.
So, and they're mostly women, but all of the professors I've seen are men. I don't know what that means.
You know.
Here we go. Shu Yi Toys. We've got a speed racing set
Wow.
with a truck.
Oh, that looks intense.
It has, quote, fun acceleration. So, now, is this the one you built?
No, that's
That
way
looks
more complex.
way more intense.
That looks a lot more gregarious.
Yeah, it's only 1669 pounds.
I bet you can feel the furious.
Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so how many pieces? That's 32?
32.
There's an 82 piece.
No.
82.
No.
Look at that, with all the castles.
Holy
It's
smokes.
got every castle that's ever existed
It looks
in the
like
background.
Six Flags. Mm-hmm. The thing about these is they also... maybe the gregariousness comes in because you have to get rushed to the hospital. Because a lot of kids' toys these days, I've noticed, like we have little Thomas trains.
Yeah.
They put some kind of governor on there. You put 2 AA batteries in it, and it only
Right.
goes this fast. It just crawls. This fucking thing, it's like full out. It powers this little wheel that like jars it around the track, and it
I
goes
believe it.
like that.
I believe it.
It's amazing.
I mean, I don't know if you heard, their other product has fun acceleration.
Well, you know, this one's just
Not just acceleration.
it's
Fun.
the fun kind.
acceleration.
It's the fun kind. Shifting quickly back to politics.
Yeah.
Luther Strange,
Yeah.
the man currently vying for a seat, Alabama.
Yeah.
You'd be a senator, right? Senator
I believe that's the
or
case.
congressperson. I'm not sure. Whatever. No, senator, because it was Jeff Sessions'
Yeah.
seat. Yeah. It occurred to me. Well, he's sucking Trump's dick, and that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like super hard.
super
too,
hard.
yeah.
Super hard. Surprise, surprise. He's popular in places like Alabama. It just occurred to me. Is there a worse name than Luther Strange?
Well, so I had forgotten, like I read that he was a thing a while back because the big issue with Luther Strange in Republican circles,
Yeah.
Trump supports him,
Right.
but the Breitbarts of the world support the other guy.
That's right.
So it's causing a whole mess.
Oh, it's a rift in a lot of white guys' lives.
A lot of white guys real upset. But the headline I saw yesterday that reminded me the whole thing existed said something about and I can't remember the exact wording, but it was something about Trump heads to Alabama for strange endorsement.
That sounds accurate. Yeah.
I think he's been doing that for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my headline was just like the strange campaign. ...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
It
fits.
I feel like that headline, they knew what they were doing, though.
Yeah.
It's like, you see what we're getting
And
at
it's
here, though.
completely ominous, too. It's like anything you say about this guy, it just sounds like something is afoot. You know what I mean?
Well, and any sentence involving his name, if you take out his first name,
Yeah.
like it starts taking on a different meaning.
Yeah.
Like here, this is a tweet from Donald Trump earlier today.
Okay.
We'll be in Alabama tonight. Luther Strange has gained mightily since my endorsement, but we'll be very close. He loves Alabama, and so do I. Now, if you take out Luther here,
Yeah.
we'll be in Alabama tonight. Strange has gained mightily since my endorsement, but we'll be very close. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Strange has gained.
Yeah.
There is a lot of Strange.
It's been a strange game the whole way. Buggos.
Kudos to you. And just in case you were curious, 4 hours ago, he was headed to Alabama now. Big crowd!
Woo. Woo. You know what song I bet they're listening to in Alabama right now? Again, we live in Nashville, Tennessee, and so we're the utmost experts on modern day country music. This is apparently the longest running hit single in country history.
Okay, skip to the chorus, hook, whatever.
It'll be there soon.
This is...
Ooh.
Who is this?
Sam Hunt? It's like... I actually wanted to bring this up.
Did he just brag that he was doing 15 in a 30?
Yeah. I wanted to bring this up because I saw the signs saying how popular it was here in town on Music Row. If you have a hit song, they put up a banner. That's what they do.
Lots of banners.
Lots of banners.
And when you say hit song, you're playing pretty fast and loose with the term hit song.
Of course you are.
It's like, oh, this was top 10 on the contemporary Christian music modern day pop chart. That's not an actual chart. You're just making that up.
That's uber specific.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. It turns out it's the only song under that heading.
They made their own chart for it. Yeah.
And I thought I hadn't heard this song, and I'm not surprised. Why would I be surprised that I hadn't heard it? So I didn't know what it was, and I wanted to examine it because I thought the title, Body Like a Back Road, is potentially the most disturbing title of a song I've ever come across. You know what back roads are like?
Yeah.
They're bumpy. Mm-hmm. They're rocky. They're twisty. They're dusty. They're dirty. They have hills and valleys. So I don't know what's wrong with this woman. I assume it's a woman. That she has a body like a back road. It must be very painful. And I hope that they're donating the proceeds of the song to go towards research or something to help her.
All right, so I've got to look up these lyrics here.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to play a little bit more for everybody.
Okay. I've got it. I've got it right here.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Okay. So let's take this first verse here.
Okay, let's analyze.
Got a girl from the south side, got braids in her hair.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When he says south side, does he mean of the United States?
One would assume.
Because it's country. He can't possibly mean like the south side of Chicago. Right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
First time I seen her walk by, man, I bout fell off my chair.
Oh, okay. Where was he sitting in a chair that he could
fall off of the chair?
Yeah.
Not out of the chair, off of the chair.
Yeah.
I believe, and I don't know, Like, picture a chair.
Yep, picturing.
Okay, his feet were where the butt normally goes.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he was actually perched on top of the backrest.
Oh, I see.
He fell off.
Off.
Yeah. Had to get her number. It took me like 6 weeks. Like, 6 weeks. How long? Like 6 weeks.
It was like 6 weeks. What do you want?
Now me and her go way back like Cadillac seats.
That's actually a clever lyric.
Okay. Body like a back road, driving with my eyes closed. Very bad idea.
It's not advisable.
I know every curve like the back of my hand.
There's 2 backs now.
Doing 15 in a 30. I ain't in no hurry. I'ma take it slow just as fast as I can.
This song is full of contradictions.
Man, those are bad lyrics. I want to say something clever, but I can't do it.
You can't
it just
muster
upsets
it.
me.
Right. It just makes your head hurt a little bit, right?
The way she fit in them blue jeans.
Oh.
She don't need no belt. Congratulations on buying properly fitting pants, ma'am. I don't...
I'm just laughing off mic.
But I can turn them inside out.
What?
I don't need no help. He can flip pants inside out is what he's bragging about.
He's got a superpower. Wait, how do you...
I feel like that's supposed to be sexual, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I don't either. I guess maybe like there was a time when, like when you're a little kid and your mom, like you always end up with your clothes inside out and backwards.
Okay.
And your mom has to help.
Yeah.
And so this is his statement of adulthood saying, I don't need any help, Mom. I can do this.
I can put pants inside out and right side out.
Yeah.
She's got hips like honey, so thick and sweet.
That's terrible. That's just bad.
It ain't no curves like hers on them downtown streets.
Oh boy.
I'm starting to think he's talking about a real fat lady here. I don't know. It seems very weird the way he's describing her.
It does. It does.
I'm not comfortable with it.
It does. Well, there's like this famous...
It's objectifying a woman, but like in the wrong way?
Yeah. Like as if they're...
like in a worse way.
In a
like
worse
in an
way.
insulting way.
Right. Yeah. He's basically being like, yeah, she's real ugly.
Yeah, she fat.
Homely. Oh, man.
We're out here in the boondocks with the breeze and the birds.
With the what and the what?
Breeze
Okay.
and the birds.
Okay.
Tangled up in the tall grass with my lips on hers.
Oh.
On the highway to heaven, they died.
Oh, no, you're right.
That's the spoiler in the bridge. It turns out, you know how he was driving with his eyes closed earlier in the song?
Not a great idea.
Died.
And 15 to 30, you don't have to be going very fast to get killed in the car, guys. Just
Well,
saying.
if you're going 15, car comes up behind you or something, runs you right off the road, you die.
You die.
Or you got your eyes closed, you don't see, you veered into the other lane. There's a truck going 40 in the 30. Gone.
You're out of there.
Headed south of her smile.
Well.
Get there when we get there. Every inch is a mile.
That's kind of sexy. No, I'm just kidding. So he's working his way down her body. Mm-hmm. Is what we're getting at.
Her large body.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I'm going with it. I don't know.
It's like a back road. Mm-hmm. I don't know if everyone's seeing me.
It's not a flattering comparison. You are correct.
No, it's not.
I thought somewhere in there might be some way he redeems himself.
Like the dumbass thing is like, oh, she's curvy. Like that's what we're saying. She's curvy.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like curves? Everyone does. But if you really think about the analogy, it's
back roads are more than curvy.
They're more than curvy. Thank you.
They're back roads. I remember going to visit my grandma as a child. And there were the hills that you come down and you get butterflies in your stomach because, man, that's a steep hill.
It's a steep hill.
I don't think you want steep hills.
I don't know what that looks like on a human body.
It's not good.
I can't picture it. I feel like she has hives or something. You know what I mean? And when I think back road,
Strange growths.
Yeah,
everywhere.
I think gravel. Mm-hmm. You know,
that's no good.
right? And so like she has a skin condition.
So she has growths.
Yeah.
And some sort of like dermatitis.
I think
sort
so.
of thing going on.
I think so. Peaks and valleys, but not like in the macro sense, in the micro.
Good for him. He's got a type, I guess.
I mean, it's very specific, but if it works, he
worked for a long time to get that phone number.
I guess he's kissing his way down the dermatitis. I don't know.
Down south.
Down south.
If you catch his drift.
Yeah.
He's performing oral sex in the grass.
This is 2 episodes in a row that cunnilingus has come up. Mm-hmm. How odd.
I think if we keep it up, we can make it to 200.
Is that a goal?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'd be happy to talk about that every week.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Every week.
So that's the longest running number one single.
Apparently that's the best country song ever. Apparently. I happen to know a little bit about country music, and I could say that it is not. It is not.
Well,
it also has
that's interesting.
It's like people listening to country music like finally bought like the Chronic because it has a bit of that kind of production thing going on.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I mean, do you hear the hi-hats and stuff? Hang on, I'll play it for you again. I'll play some more for you. Listen to these like drum beats and stuff. Okay, not so much right now.
Right.
Got a girl from the south side, got blazing hair. First time I seen her walk by.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's more like
He did add like a hip hop woo
yeah,
in it.
yeah,
Like 6 weeks.
like 6 weeks.
Her go way back, like Cadillac seats. Body like a
There it is.
driving with my
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they just heard rap music for the first time.
Maybe that's why they love it.
Could be.
This
Could be.
This is like their Run DMC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I just want to know what the country rap Public Enemy is going to be like.
No, oh man, that's going to be like the Dixie Chicks times 10.
Oh, I'm into that.
Oh,
I am
man.
into that.
I can't get behind any music that you can hear the pages of their rhyming dictionary turning as you're listening to it. I don't like it. Like there were no lyrics in there that rhymed that you're like, well, that's a creative use of the English language.
You know, that's sort of a combination of like some electronic elements with country music, but there have actually been many examples in the past of those elements combining. And I think this song is probably the best example. And I'm not just bringing this up because of Sushi Jackknife Synth Pop Bingo, but I am bringing it up because of Sushi Jackknife Synth Pop Bingo. This is a song by the Pet Shop Boys. This is the intro.
Yes, where are you from? I'm glad you asked me twice. You see, I'm a bilingual. I'm a bilingual illiterate. I can't read in 2 languages.
Hilarious.
Do you want a drink?
Hilarious.
Thank you, that's very nice. Now I'll get the waiter. Oh, I love the rhythm.
I'm going to skip ahead just a bit.
You know, if you mix in some lyrics about giving someone oral sex on a country road to this, top 10 hit right
Top
there.
10 hit. This is the longest intro ever, but it's lovely. Do you recognize the song yet?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah.
I don't
It's the Pet Shop Boys doing Willie Nelson's "You Were Always on My Mind." It's fantastic.
Okay.
Wait, it's great. I love it.
You know what
So good.
version of that song's better? Literally all the others. All the other versions.
Well, guys, if you're playing along at home, go ahead and mark down Pet Shop Boys for this episode.
There we
Just
go.
saying. If you get bingo, what do you get from us? You get nothing. You get a free show every goddamn week.
Oh man, I really hope we
what you
get a
get.
blackout on that board soon, so we don't have to listen to any more of that. Oh man.
You didn't have quick hits, did you?
Well, I don't have quick hits.
Okay.
I have a new game.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a fun game, I feel like.
You would.
So-
You would.
I don't know. I mean, I know you've gotten your news on the internet. Most of the people listening get their news on the internet.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you read the story and the headline that goes with it does not
Very
fit
true.
at all.
Very true.
And so this is a segment called Accurate Headlines.
Ooh.
Okay. An example here. So I will give you the headline and you will give me the correct headline.
I like it.
I have the correct headlines.
I'll give you
if it
the-
doesn't match, you lose.
I'll give you the accurate headline.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Example here
Great idea.
would be Ohio State football program valued at $1 billion. That's from CNN.
Okay.
$1 billion.
All right.
The correct headline would have been Ohio State good at football, probably not as good at education.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So this is also from CNN.
Okay.
The headline here is France considers skipping the Olympics. A little background. They're possibly skipping the Winter Olympics due to security concerns.
Yeah.
Okay. So the correct headline from you.
France is possibly skipping the Winter Olympics.
Yes, yes.
French people afraid of cold weather.
Ooh, no.
No.
I'm sorry. The answer we were looking for was 2018 Olympic Village may be less snooty.
Okay.
Okay, so
Very good. Very good. I like this game.
yeah, so this one from Fox,
Okay.
I went everywhere for these. Doomsday is not on Saturday, after all, writer says after predicting end of the world. That's the headline today.
That's the headline.
Okay, so background.
Yeah.
Just in case you need it for this one. Author David Mead claimed the world would end Saturday because it's going to collide with a mysterious planet.
Oh.
Okay. He says that's not going to happen now. And instead, what's going to happen, and what he meant all along,
Of course.
was it's just the beginning of a series of catastrophic events that will happen over the next few weeks.
Oh.
So the correct headline here.
Cuckoo guy says the world is ending again. It's not. It's not. Period. Caps. It's not.
Ooh, this is awkward. What we were looking for was writer David Mead predicts Trump will do many stupid things in the next few weeks.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yeah.
Should have seen it.
Bolton, this is also from Fox News.
Okay.
Bolton, quote, enormous dissatisfaction within Republican Party.
Michael.
John Bolton, not Michael Bolton.
Oh.
Former Bush, whatever, John Bolton.
Former Bush, whatever, John Bolton.
Yeah.
High anticipation for next Michael Bolton record.
What we were looking for is Republicans not any happier with themselves.
Yeah.
We're all very, very disappointed.
Can I
with
try
them.
this one again?
Yeah.
Self-hatred high in Republican Party.
There we go. That's solid. Yeah.
Hey.
Moving on to MSNBC.
Oh, wow. You have covered them all.
Yeah. Trump, quote, fake news, screamed for Clinton.
Mediocre news attempts accurate reporting.
Okay.
Okay.
What I was looking for was president thinks majority of Americans are actually fake news.
You.
They're all fake news. So, and I went deep for this one, and I feel gross having experienced it.
Do you feel like you need to puke up some squid
A little
things?
bit. This is from Breitbart.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Headline. Rasmussen poll,
Yeah.
34% less likely to watch NFL because of anthem protests.
Turns out Breitbart News, all shit, stop reading.
Actually, I like that
Yeah,
one.
thank you.
What I had here was 34% of football fans have very strange priorities. I'm just saying, okay. Imagine being the fan of anything. Like, let's say you're the fan of the Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
Okay. And
The fan?
yeah, you're the one fan.
Okay.
Okay. And the Pet Shop Boys, before their concerts, start playing the national anthem
Yeah.
and not putting their hand over their heart.
Okay.
Instead, kneeling.
Okay. Okay.
Would you then go, well, I guess I'm done with this?
No, and in part it would be for them, it would be God Save the Queen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But assuming you're British
Yeah.
at this point.
We should do a mashup of God Save the Queen and Hail to the Chief. Hail to the Queen.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I like it.
Yeah.
This one's from ABC News, the Australian ABC News.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The headline: we should have the right to work as topless barmaids if we want to. Now, no, this is an editorial.
Okay.
What is the correct headline for this editorial?
We should have the right to work as topless barmaids if we want to.
The headline I was looking for was Chauvinists Unite over first female editorial they agree with.
And the guy from last week said, the First Amendment and boobs.
I love this editorial. This is both of the two things I like put together.
In one thing.
She's expressing herself and boobs. And finally, last one.
All right.
From our ABC News.
American.
Headline: no magic fix on North Korea, experts say. I believe that's supposed to be in North Korea. In North Korea, experts say.
Disney releasing unseen Hannah Montana movie.
What I was looking for was author David Mead's prediction sounds about right, says expert.
Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife.